Good morning, students. Today our topic is statistical mechanics. It's a very important subject. Actually, it is one unit in thermodynamics. Okay, so in thermodynamics we have different units. So we have 4 units. Okay, actually statistical mechanics is the last unit, fourth unit. So it's very important subject that PG entrance all exams. If you take IIT JAM or CSET or CPGAT, so this subject is very important in PG entrance exams. Okay, and next thing is statistics. Already we know in intermediate. It's actually we studied mathematics paper. We studied about the statistics. Okay, so statistics generally it contain all mathematical relations. So actually here what are the use or what is the purpose of statistical mechanics? So normal things are not any problem. Some problems are not solved by the classical mechanics or mechanics. Okay, if you take the Newton laws and so some problems are not solved by the these classical mechanics. So these problems are solved by statistical mechanics. Example for that problem: if you take any system, any solid contain number of particles, billion number of particles. So we don't know the example. The total energy of this system is equal to E. Okay. So here, what is the energy of single atom, or what is the volume of single atom, or what is the area of single atom in the solid? So this type of problems are not solved by the mechanics. So these problems are solved by statistical mechanics. And radiations also. So some particles are radiated. Radiation decays also, that decay problem also solved by the statistical mechanics. Okay, so actually statistical mechanics main thing is it gives a relation between bulk material to bulk, or bulk or macro material to micro material. Okay, macro material to micro material. Example: if you take same solid, this is a solid. So this solid contain all atoms like this. Okay, so here the statistical mechanics, this is a these are the total atoms, these are the atoms in solid. So this is a total volume or area of the solid. So here the statistical mechanics gives the bulk properties. I mean, so here the solid volume V and energy E, temperature E, T, temperature is T. This is the properties. These are the properties of total solid. Okay, and the solid contain number of atoms. So here, what is the volume of atom, or what is the area of the atom, what is the energy of the atom, what is the temperature of the atom? So the statistical mechanics gives a relation between properties of bulk material. Properties of bulk material is nothing but the volume, temperature, energy. These are the properties. Okay, properties of the bulk, total solid. What about individual solids, individual atoms? So this statistical mechanics gives a relation between bulk material properties to the individual atoms. Okay, so this is the main use of the statistical mechanics. So statistical mechanics are classified. Actually, the statistical mechanics are classified into 2 categories. Okay, first category classical. So first category is nothing but classical mechanics, or classical statistics, and second one is called as a quantum statistics. Okay, statistical mechanics classified into 2 categories: classical statistics and quantum statistics. The example for the classical statistics is nothing but MB statistics, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. The example for this quantum statistics mechanics once again classified into 2 categories. First one is Bose-Einstein statistics, and next one is Fermi-Dirac statistics. Okay, Fermi-Dirac statistics. Okay, I mean here this classical statistics classified into 2 categories: classical statistics and quantum statistics. Example for the classical statistics Maxwell-Boltzmann, and example for the quantum mechanics or quantum statistics Bose-Einstein and Fermi-Dirac. So here we should know we should learn the properties of Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, Bose-Einstein statistics, Fermi-Dirac statistics, and properties of all these three statistics. Okay, so here we should remember classical statistics also called as the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Classical statistics also called as the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Okay, first we'll see the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. So actually, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics also called the classical statistics. It explain about the gas molecules. Okay, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics explain about the gas molecule. So these statistics not able to explain photoelectric effect, black body radiation, and specific it at a low temperature. Okay, so this Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics not unable to explain all these properties. Okay, so these properties are explained by these phenomena are explained by the Bose-Einstein and Fermi-Dirac. Okay, and next one is the Bose-Einstein statistics. So here one point is very important. The particle which are obeying Bose-Einstein statistics, that particle we call as the bosons. Okay, na? Bosons. Bosons are nothing but the particle which are obeying the Bose-Einstein statistics. Okay, and example for the bosons, photons, gravitons, neutral helium atoms are the example for the boson. So integral spin of the bosons are 1. You should remember the integral spin of the bosons S is equal to 1. So this point also very important. And next one, Fermi-Dirac statistics. So here another point also very important. The particle which are obey the Fermi-Dirac statistics, that particle we call as the fermions. That particles we call as the fermions. Okay, so here whatever spin of the fermions 1/2. Okay, spin of the fermions. So example for the fermions, electrons. So electrons, protons, and the neutrons are the example for fermions. Okay, we should remember classical statistics also called as the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. So here the particle which are obeying the classical mechanics called as the classical particle. The particle which are obey Bose-Einstein statistics called as the bosons. Example for the bosons, photons, gravitons, neutral helium. The particle which are obeys the Fermi-Dirac statistics, that particle we call as the fermions. Example, protons, electrons, and neutrons. So here spin is equal to 1/2. So but here spin is equal to 1. So these are the very important point. And next some definitions also there. System, assembly, and ensemble, phase space. System is nothing but collection of particle. Okay, each particle considered as system. So system is nothing but each and every particle considered as system. Assembly, the collection of particles, the collection of systems, or the collection of particles called is the assembly. Ensemble, so we should remember about this word ensemble. Ensemble is nothing but the collection of number of assemblies. So single particle we call as a system. Collection of systems or collection of particle we call as a assembly. Okay, assembly. So combination, collection of assemblies we call as a ensemble. Okay, ensemble is nothing but collection of assemblies called as a ensemble. And next one is a phase space. You should remember about the space also. Okay, I will take example. If one gas molecule is here, so if you take one system cylinder, this cylinder contain number of gas molecules. So these gas molecules are moving random direction. If we want to specify any gas molecule, so we should know so here we want to explain the position of the gas molecule. We should represent in Cartesian coordinate systems. Position represented by x, y, z. So x is along x-axis, position of the particle at x-axis, and position of the particle y-axis along y-axis and z-axis. This is the position. But these gas molecules are moving. So if particles are moving, body moves, automatically it has some momentum. Okay. So here the momentum of particle px along x and py along y, pz along z-axis. So here we should remember, if you want to know the information about this particle, or if you want to explain the information about this particle, we should specify position and momentum. The combination of position and momentum is called as a phase space. Okay, so phase space is nothing but the combination of the position space, and momentum space is nothing but phase space. So it has so xyz three dimensions, and px py pz are the three. Total it has 6-dimensional space. So phase space is nothing but 6-dimensional space. Okay, also it called as a mu space, So here this is the meaning of phase space. Phase point, so single point, a point in the phase space is called as a phase point. And statistical equilibrium, you should remember this point also. Statistical equilibrium is nothing but, so here the probability of finding phase points in the various regions is independent of time. So this probability of finding particle is not depend of time. Okay, not depend on the time. This is a first property. And second one, second property, the average values for the properties of the system also, ensembles also independent of time. This is called as a statistical equilibrium. Okay, so space phase is independent of time. Dou rho by dou t is equal to 0. That is called as a statistical equilibrium. Once again I am repeating, the probability of finding, okay, the probability of finding phase points in various regions is independent of time, and average values for the properties of the system also independent of time. So this is called as a statistical equilibrium. Okay, and independently we should know the three properties here. So we should remember all these properties, differences between three statistics: Maxwell-Boltzmann, Bose-Einstein, and Fermi-Dirac. Okay, so Maxwell-Boltzmann, Bose-Einstein, and Fermi-Dirac. So already we know that the particle which are obeys the Maxwell-Boltzmann called as a classical particle. So this is a distribution function of the classical particle. Okay, so distribution function, we should remember this formula also, Ni. So distribution law, Ni is nothing but Gi by e power alpha e power epsilon I by kt. So this is a distribution function in Maxwell-Boltzmann. If we subtract 1, this is a distribution function in Bose-Einstein. If we add 1, this is a distribution function in Fermi-Dirac. We should remember all these formulas. Okay, so I mean, what is the meaning of distribution function? So distribution function, it explains how the total energy is shared by individual particle. Okay, if you take this system, the total energy is equal to 100 joules. How this 100 joules are shared by all these atoms. Okay, all these atoms are, how these atoms are shared this 100 joules. And so this is called as the distribution. So distribution of energy, or distribution of momentum, distribution of temperature. Okay, so this is a distribution formula, Gi by e power alpha e power epsilon I by kt. Gi is nothing but G nothing but it explains about the degeneration, and e power alpha and e power epsilon I. So epsilon I is nothing but ith energy level energy. Kt, we know this kt. K is Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature. Okay, we should remember three formulas. Subtract -1, then this is called Bose-Einstein statistics. This particle we call as a bosons, this is called as a fermions. Okay, so here so this is applicable, this Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics apply to the particle which are identical and indistinguishable particle. So here we should know the meaning of indistinguishable. Indistinguishable is nothing but separate. We can separate. If we take the system cylinder, it contain all gas molecule. These are identical nothing but same. At the same time we are able to see separately. So we can separate very easily. Then that is called indistinguishable particle. Example, so Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics analyze the gas molecule. Okay, so here next point is any number of particles occupy one state. So here there is no condition. If we take any state or energy level, any number of particles are occupy one energy level. There is no condition or restriction, and the energy of the system may be zero at absolute zero temperature. Okay, and these are the properties of Maxwell-Boltzmann. And next Bose-Einstein. So here this system, this statistics is applicable to identical and indistinguishable particle. Okay, so here we should know the example for the Bose-Einstein photons. So already we know this. If you take the black body, okay, so black body is nothing but black in color. Observe all radiation. Our radiation nothing but, so this black body contain photons. Photon is nothing but particles, light energy. The packet of light energy we call as a photon. Okay, we consider these are the photons. Each photon, we know, according to so here h nu is equal to h nu. According to Planck's law, E is equal to h nu or E is equal to n h nu. So this problem is solved by the Bose-Einstein statistics. So this black body radiation photons problem solved by Bose-Einstein statistics. Okay, but these photons are, all photons are identical. Okay, all photons are identical, but we are not able to separate the all these particle. We are not able to see separately all these particles. So this is a Bose-Einstein statistics. And here also there is no restriction. Any number of photons can occupy one energy level. Any number of particles occupy one energy level. Okay, so these are the properties of the Bose-Einstein. Next, Fermi-Dirac. So the particle which are follow Fermi-Dirac statistics, that particle we call as a fermions. Formula just we add +1. Okay, but this particle, this system is applicable to identical indistinguishable particle. Okay, actually Fermi-Dirac statistics are solved the problems of electrons, protons and neutrons. Electrons are very tiny particle. We are not able to see the electrons, protons and neutrons. Very, very tiny particle. Okay, we are not able to separate the electrons also. Electrons are moving group wise. Okay, so electrons are move so grouply, so they are not moving independently. So this system is applicable to indistinguishable. I mean, these are not separable. Okay, and so here one important formula is nothing but Pauli exclusion principle. So Fermi-Dirac statistics follow the Pauli exclusive principle. We should know the Pauli exclusive principle. So here Pauli exclusive principle is nothing but no two electrons have same quantum numbers. That is actually direct statement of the Pauli exclusive principle. Okay, once again I am repeating, no two electrons have same quantum number. Okay, so here also, I mean, what it means? So it inner means, if we take any energy level or orbital, so we should remember energy level or orbital, shell, same synonyms. Okay, so energy level, if you take this energy level or orbital or shell, so every shell contain two electrons only which are in opposite direction. Every orbital contain only two electrons. That is called as the meaning of Pauli exclusive principle. So only among three statistics, only Fermi-Dirac statistics only follow this Pauli exclusive principle. Okay, so this is the brief information about the three statistics. Okay, these are the very important topics for the PG entrance exams. And here also another one important, Fermi energy of gas molecule. So Fermi energy or Fermi level, the highest fluid energy level. So here Fermi energy level is nothing but at 0 degree Kelvin, the highest fluid energy level we call as a Fermi energy level. So that if for example these are the energy levels at 0 degree Kelvin, the highest fluid energy level, this is called as a Fermi energy level, EF. Okay, so the energy of this level we call as a Fermi energy. So here formula, this formula is very, very important for PG entrance exams. EF is equal to h square by 2m 3n by 8 pi whole power 3 by 2. Okay, h square by 2m. So this is a formula for Fermi energy. So this formula is very, very important for PG entrance, also useful for CSIR entrance exams also. H square by 2m 3n by 8 pi whole power 3 by 2. Okay, thank you.